Standard Liege are one of the biggest clubs in Belgian football. They have won 10 Belgian First Division titles, 8 Belgian Cups, and they have been an ever-present in the Belgian top flight since 1928, which is longer than any other club. However, in recent years, Liege have had their troubles. Large financial losses have stagnated the club, and despite new ownership, Standard Liege are still 59 million euros in debt, and as a result, they now sit 10th in the league, and for a club the size of Standard Liege, this is just not good enough. So today we are jumping into FC26, taking charge of Standard Liege, and we need to bring the good times back to the club. We will be ultimately trying to win them a Champions League trophy and as many Belgian trophies along the way, but this is not going to be easy. So this is the Standard Liege team we have loaded into in FC26, and oh my god, it is terrible. It is so bad. Oh my god, what are we going to do? I mean, there's not even many decent players on the bench or in the reserves either. We're actually cooked already. Not even a minute into the video and we're cooked. Now, I can't lie, I was expecting the squad to be a lot better than this. The best player at the club is Mateo Apollo, 20-year-old, 73 rated goalkeeper who is a really, really good player in FC26. After that, lads, the team is absolutely shocking. They do actually have Marlon Fossey, though, who was a massive fan favourite on loan at Bolton, and it is nice to see that he is, in fact, the club captain. Now, you guys might be thinking, Scott, just go into the transfer market, buy some wonder kids, and Bob's your uncle. And we do actually start off with a competitive budget of 11 million euros. Well, it's not going to be the case, boys. According to Google, Standard Liege are 59 million euros in debt despite their new ownership. We have been set with a task. We have got to clear this debt before we can make a single signing, and that means free agents as well. Yeah, stupid, I know. And the highest transfer value player we currently have at the club is Matthew Apollo at 6.5 million. He's unfortunately got an 11 million euro release clause, meaning he probably could go for cheaper. Quite a few of our players do in fact have release clauses as well, which is not what you want to see. We're going to have a really heavy focus on youth scouting for the first season. Now, thankfully, we do have some really decent youngsters in our academy who we are going to send out on loan for the first season. We are instantly going to get our youth scouts out scouting in season 1. We've got a 3-star scout, which is not too bad, to be honest. Now, we need a good influx of youth players in the first season, so we are going to play it safe and go with a more established country. Belgium have recently had a failed golden generation, so we are going to scout Belgium, and then from season 2 onwards we'll start using your comments. And now we really need to sort this monstrosity of a team out. I don't know what formation I want to use. I don't even know how I want to play. We have an overabundance of CDMs at the club. We've got no recognised attacking midfielder at the club. We don't have a decent centre-back at the club. This is going to be hell. It's going to be hell sorting this out. Now, we're just going to stick with the formation that Standard Liege start with. Don't want to tinker too much because we really don't have the personnel to change it. This is the starting 11 we're going to go with for the first season. As we can see, there are quite a few young players in the team. We're just going to focus on getting these developed. And my main priority is just growing these players the best I can. We've got a lot of money to make in this rebuild. And for the tactical preset, I'm reining it in a bit. I'm not going to be free-flowing and expansive. I'm going to be disciplined and counter-attacking. That's why we're going for the counter-attack tactical system. We don't really have the personnel to play any other way other than part the buzz. And hey, I'm not Jose Mourinho. I'm not going that negative. And to add insult to injury, we have got a lot of players out of contract in the first season, some of which are young players who we could actually develop and sell. And with no transfers allowed in season 1, we are going to be locking the starting 11 in for the first season. This is going to be a really, really difficult rebuild. I can already tell. We have already reached the first game of the season against SP Charleroi. I'm really not confident heading into this one, boys. And we head into our first game as Standard Liege boss. How good would 3 points be here? Now, we don't have the squad. We don't have the young players. This is going to be a really difficult game. I can already tell. We were gone. Shooting chance, saved by Apollo. We can't even string a simple pass together. No. Thank God for that, man. You just feel like the goal's coming for Charleroi at like any second. Keeper's ball every day of the week. Nice. We're approaching half-time, 0-0. I don't think we've even got out of our own half in this half, and that would be half time. We certainly ride our luck, but it's still deadlock at the break. I'm not gonna lie, I do think this is just a case of two really poor teams playing against each other. Not a lot of quality, no real quality in the final third. I've instantly give the ball away. No, that's really good play by Charleroi. That's a fantastic block by Calot. Get it out, big. No, oh my God, it's coming in it. It's going to be any second now they're going to score. I just can't stop them when they come forward. There's nothing I can do. No, get in, Apollo. What a save. 10 minutes to go. That could be a massive moment in this game. 5 minutes to go in this game. I'm not far off getting a really vital point here. And that would be full time. A dreadful performance, but nevertheless, a point on the board and a clean sheet. Now, not exactly ecstatic with the performance, but we did get a point on the board. We're now going to be simulating forward straight through to the end of the season. My only hope is the starting 11 shows a lot of growth, and come the end of the season, we have got a youth academy bursting with young talent. So we've arrived at the end of season 1. How have Standard Lieges got on? And surprisingly, we've actually finished 5th in the first phase of the Belgian Pro League. Now, the Belgian Pro League is split into 2 phases, and after 30 games, the top 8 go into the championship round, and the bottom 8 go into the relegation round. Well, we finished 5th, meaning we went into the championship round. We only lost 4 games all season, which is crazy for the squad we've got. But in the championship phase, we were dreadful and finished 5th at the bottom, only winning 1 out of our 10 games against the top sides in Belgium, which is really poor. Something we have to improve on next season. And in the Belgian Cup, we made the quarterfinals, but lost to Ghent 1-0. Now, the team is looking decent. We've seen some really good growth from Apollo, who's 78 rated and 21-year-old. You may see that we have got a youngster up front. He's got excellent potential. We've got a lot of unhappy faces in the squad, so we may see a lot of players leave in the summer. Now, we still can't sign anyone because we've not raised 59 million. I don't see that changing next season, to be honest. The only players who've left the club have left on loan or on free contracts. As you can see, a lot of youth players are out on loan this season, which is good. Really good. Our highest value player is Matthew Apollo at 24.5 million, but then after that, lads, the closest player to him is worth 3.3 million, so we are a long way away from making the 59 million euros needed to improve the team. Luckily, our first loan watch of the rebuild starts right now, and as we can see, we have got a lot of young players out on loan. I don't think a single one are ready to come into the first team right now, but they are all developing really nicely. But on a real though, we cannot get this debt cleared quick enough. And our youth academy striker, who we put straight into the first team, was our best player this season, getting 13 goals and 3 assists in just 26 games. He was fantastic. As far as first seasons go, given the squad that we've got, I'm actually happy with how we've performed. So we now arrive in season number 2, and to be honest, we can't really make any signings, so I've not really got much to show you. But we have got some real wonder kids in the academy. Emil Mateus, 88 to 94 potential. He's going out on loan this season, and we're just letting on Paul De Costa to reach 16 years old, so he can go out on loan. 89 to 94 potential. These 2 players are the future of our club. These are 2 players who I might not even sell. I might just get them straight into the team. Now it's time to start using your comments on nations to scout, and for this season we are going with this comment. We are going to be scouting Estonia to look for the next Mark Poom, who is in fact a goalkeeper. Now it's likely Mpolo's going to get sold soon to recuperate some of that 59 million euros. We need a high potential goalkeeper waiting in the wings to replace him. And now while we wait to loan out some more young players and actually sell some players as well, our first game actually took place and we drew 1-1 with Ghent, which is actually a really decent result. Once again, our young academy striker scores. I'll definitely take a 1-1 draw away to a side who finished in the championship round last season. Now, we have had a high turnover of players in this transfer window. As we can see, a lot of players have gone out on loan again. We are working to get even more players out on loan, but we have sold every single player who handed in a transfer request. As we can see, we sold Wade Drago for 1 million, David Bates for 1.2 million, Rafiki Saeed for 3.3 million. Unfortunately, this guy had a release clause that I couldn't really sort out. Tobias Moore's gone for 1.6 million, Nakada 2.9, Casper Nielsen 1.4, Josue Homawu has gone for 1.5. If we add up these totals, which I will do on my trusty calculator right now, so I've done the calculations and we have raised 12.9 million euros from this. And to be fair to myself, I am going to round it up 13 million because of wages saved and stuff like that. So from our initial debt of 59 million euros, we are now down to 46 million euros. I think 1 more season of development for Apollo, selling next summer, and we should be good to start finally making signings. But our squad's definitely took a hit. The starting 11 is not as good this season. It's definitely the bench that's been hit the most. Not really much talent on the bench. We may have to bring a few loan players back from their loans to actually fill out the squad a bit this season. So we're going to lock this starting 11 in, and we're just going to simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. The sooner I can start signing some players, the better. Let's waste no further time. So we have arrived at the end of season number 2, and we have seen significant improvement. We've finished 2nd in the championship round. Initial table round, we actually finished 4th. We have had an excellent season this time round. Maybe getting rid of some of the deadwood has given us a massive morale boost, and I think this does in fact mean, boys, we're going to be in a Champions League playoff next season. That's absolutely fantastic. And we even made the semi-finals of the Belgian Cup. We did lose to Club Brugge 3-1 over 2 legs, but I will certainly take that, boys. What a great season. And while the starting 11 certainly isn't full of world-class players, it's full of happy, smiling faces, and that must have helped us on the pitch this season. Epolo is now 84 rated at 22 years old. I think we're going to get about 70 million euros for him. I hope this means we can finally start signing players from season 3, and if we can start signing players, I definitely need to improve multiple positions. I need a new centre-back, left-back, CDM. We just need loads of signings, boys, so hopefully we will be able to make these signings, because you don't know, lads, maybe the board won't let us spend any money. But on to another loan watch. Just look at the amount of players we have got out on loan who are under 20 years old, and some of these guys, lads, would step into the first team and will step into the first team next season. Emil Mateus, we've seen how good his potential is. He's 65 rated, 17-year-old. He's getting recalled and he is going straight in the starting 11. I'm not messing about. I can't lie, you know, Paul de Costa in the next few seasons will probably be a first team starter as well, with that 5-star weak foot really standing out. Hopefully we can start getting a bit of momentum in this rebuild. And our top scorer and best player this season was Nael Mesatu, who I don't even think is a starting player. 17 goals and 11 assists. He is a great player. And also nice to see our academy striker Kylian Verstraete getting on the score sheet as well. So we are now in season 3 and we have had a really impressive budget off the board. 39 million euros in the bank. Hopefully we'll get to spend some money in this transfer window. This is the big talking point of this season. Mathieu Epolo probably will be sold, and he is actually worth 46 million euros, as we can see. What does this mean? Well, in fact, we are still 46 million euros in debt, as we've already raised 13 million from outgoing sales. So by selling Epolo, we can start progressing the rebuild. He is an unbelievable goalkeeper, by the way. 22-year-old and 84 rated. Would easily have gone on to be one of the best goalkeepers we've used so far. And it would be absolutely stupid if we just sold Epolo, got rid of the 46 million euro debt, and then went and spent every single penny on transfers. So I am actually going to ask ChatGPT, how much money can we actually have this season? But first we need to get Epolo sold. And a bid has come in from Crystal Palace, boys. Of course it's Crystal Palace. They always bid for my players in this game. They've bid 61 million euros, which would clear our debt and give us about 14 million more to spare. We're actually going to negotiate this deal. I feel like I want at least 70 million for Epolo. He's the best young goalkeeper in the world going off his stats and rating. Let's just see if we can get that 70 million and see what they say. Bang, we've got 70 million for Epolo. There we go, the sale of Epolo has gone through. He is now a Crystal Palace player for 70 million euros. That means total in this rebuild we have raised 83 million euros from transfer sales. We only had 59 million euros of debt. Let's put this information into ChatGPT and see how much money we're going to get given for season 3 to spend on transfers. But ChatGPT has given me a transfer budget of 24 million euros, which, do you know what? I can definitely use. For me, we're definitely going to sign the new left back to replace Kalu. He's just not good enough. We absolutely need a left midfielder as well to replace Al Hankouri, and we need a new goalkeeper for the time being while our young youth players develop. And the first signing of the Standard Liege rebuild has been completed, and a new left back has been acquired. We have splashed out 5 million euros on Matteo Vinloff, a 72 rated 21-year-old left back who looks a fantastic pickup. And we have gone on to make 2 further signings, and we've only spent 18.5 of our 24 million euro budget. So we did manage to bring a left midfielder to the club, and it was Lewis Dobbin from Aston Villa, who joins for 3.5 million euros as his contract was expiring. We got a fantastic deal for him. 24-year-old, 73 rated, can also play at striker. He's rapid and a really good player. He's going to be our starting left midfielder for season number 3. And I felt like we needed a really strong goalkeeper replacement for Epolo, who was by far our best player. So we signed Dennis Simon from Leicester City for 10 million euros. 21-year-old, 74 rated, showing great potential. Fantastic young goalkeeper who could end up blowing our youth academy players out of the water, to be fair. Now, as we can see, 10 million spent on Seaman, 5 million on Vinloff, and 3.5 million spent on Dobbin. That is going to be our transfer window done, despite the fact we're sitting on an absolute gold mine of 80 million euros in the bank. Now, the entire rebuild is not going to be like this, boys. We will be able to spend more money as the rebuild progresses. We've used a more cautious approach when it comes to transfers this season because we've literally just cleared our debt. Now, we have got one small issue for this season. We've got a lot of young players out of contract at the end of the season. Hopefully, all these lads will ask for new deals, as they're going to be key going forward in this rebuild, and I want to get them all back out on loan. With our transfer window done, we definitely aren't selling anyone. We're just going to loan people out. This is going to be the Standard Liege team to take us into Season 3. As we can see, young academy player Matisse is now into the team. We want to get him growing as quick as possible. Some really promising youngsters are now on the bench. And attacking midfielder Burakagze, who I might even throw straight into the starting 11, you know. In fact, I am going to do. And it's time to get our youth scouts back out this season. And we are going to be using this comment for Season 3. We're going to be scouting Canada. Now, I feel like we've got a lot of really good defensive options and goalkeeper options currently out on loan. I feel like we are lacking a few attackers, so we're going to go for strikers, attacking midfielders and wingers while we're in Canada. So we are now going to be locking the starting 11 in for season number 3. After a really good performance last season, we're going to be focusing once again on player development. Despite finishing second in the A1 Pro League, we are actually only in the Conference League. I genuinely think we could actually do pretty well in that tournament. So without further ado, let's simulate forward straight through to the end of season 3. See how our new look Standard Liege team gets on paper. Could be in for actually a really interesting season. So we've arrived at the end of season 3 and we've had a decent season. We finished 4th in the first stage of the Pro League, and then in the playoff stage we did finish 4th once again on 40 points, miles off top spot. I don't think we have any kind of European football next season because of this. And I don't really understand why, but for some reason we was in a playoff. I don't really know what this is for. We lost to Mechelen. They beat us 2-0 over 2 legs. Someone let me know in the comments, what was this playoff actually for? In the Belgian Cup, we get knocked out in the first round by Anderlecht, who beat us 2-0. But I'm really happy to see how much growth we have shown this season. This team is looking pretty good. Burak Gazi and Matthias have shown really good growth in the first team, which we love to see. The team's looking strong, but where do I want to improve it in season 4? Well, we've got no transfer restrictions at all in season 4, and I'm looking to bring 2 new centre-backs to the club, as these 2 players whose names I absolutely cannot pronounce. They're not really at the level that I want. They've not really got good potential, and one of them has handed in a transfer request. So let's get rid of these players, bring 2 new centre-backs in, and again, next season we'll just be focusing on developing our younger players once again. Kylian Vesterate has been amazing season upon season. He got 17 goals, was our top player. Mesatu was fantastic again, getting 14 goals and 12 assists. He's been a real surprise package in this rebuild. So we are now in season 4, and we've got no transfer restrictions for this season, and we have got a very healthy 36 million in the bank. Centre backs are incoming. I'm excited to see where we're going to be at the end of this transfer window. And we kick off season number 4 with an absolutely huge signing. Zeno van den Bosch signs for 21 million. And this guy is an absolute beast. Massive upgrade on what we've already got. 79 rated, 24-year-old, signed for 3 million below his market value. But we've only got 14 million left in the bank, and I would like one more centre back signing. We may have to sell a few players to make this happen. And we have sold a few players just to bump up our transfer kitty. A couple of rotation players who probably weren't going to play much this season have been sold. We've raised quite a bit of money, to be fair. We now have 25 million euros back in the bank. We can sign another first choice centre back. I actually think we're going to be in a really strong position to attack season number 4. And we have only gone and made another incredible centre back signing, as left footer Aidan Haven signs 13 million. A really highly thought of left footed centre back signs from Manchester United, coming over to Standard Liege for guaranteed first team minutes. He's a great player. I mean, just look at this team taking us into season 4. Massively improved the defence. Fully expect Haven and Van den Bosch to be 80 rated come the end of the season. And we start competing for some trophies in Belgium. I certainly hope so. The starting 11's locked in for season 4. Really excited to see how we get on. The only other outgoings that will take place in this transfer window will be us loaning out youth players. We do need to send our youth scouts out again this season, and for this season we will be scouting Wales. Good luck as well to the Welsh. Really hope to see you in America next year. Now I think everything is pretty much done for us to just simulate forward straight through to the end of season 4, and hopefully come the end of the season we've at least challenged for a few trophies. So we have arrived at the end of season number 4. At the end of the first phase of the Belgian Pro League, we actually finished 2nd in the league, which is very, very impressive. 7 points behind Union Saint-Gilloise, who would be top. Heading into the playoff round, our form would dip and we would drop down to 3rd place on goal difference. Kinda looks wrong because we've got better goal difference and better goals scored than Club Brugge, but they have won one more game than us. Not really too sure how that works. And in the Belgian Cup, we would reach the semi-finals but lose to our arch rivals Anderlecht, who beat us 2-1 over 2 legs. But let's lift the mood a bit because our starting 11 is starting to look really, really strong. Multiple 80 rated players in this team. Our young academy players are growing really nicely, but I think going into season number 5 we will have to replace club captain Marlon Fossey, who's 76 rated and 30 years old. He's not going to get much better. He needs to be replaced. I'm going to give Mattis another season as starting CDM. And I think if we have any spare money, I will look to bring a right midfielder in. Mesatu is 26-year-old, 79 rated. He's not naturally a right midfielder, but I think we're going to end up using most of our money replacing Fossey next season. A little bit of a loan watch. Loads of players currently out on loan. A few will be going out at the start of next season. No one really ready for first team football, so we're going to let them stay on their respective loans. And in terms of stats this season, I'm looking to replace him, but Mesatu's been amazing. I might actually give him another season. 17 goals and 5 assists. He's by far our best player. So we are now in season number 5. We've only been given 23 million this season, which is really disappointing. Bearing in mind we did perform pretty poorly last season. Right back Sem Renders has joined us for 14 million euros. He's 21-year-old, 75 rated with excellent potential and decent stats. Great replacement for Marlon Fossey. And we are left with just 7 million euros in the bank. And you know what? We've got a lot of contracts to renew this season. Genuinely don't think we're going to be able to make another signing. Now, we have had quite a busy transfer window. We've once again loaned out loads of youngsters with more to follow. And we did also sell Adnan Abid for 1.4 million. Bit quiet, to be fair. Not really a lot's gone on in this transfer window just because of the fact we've got such a small budget. This is going to be the team that takes us into season number 5. I think we've got a really good team on paper, full of really hungry players who are growing. 3 academy lads in our starting 11's excellent. Loads of academy lads on the bench as well. We are locking this team in for the new season and I'm excited to see what's in store. And it's time to once again send out our youth scouts. And for this season, we are using this comment. We are going to be scouting Trinidad and Tobago. Well, we are going to be looking specifically centre-backs as I feel like we've got a bit of a lack at the club. And to be honest, boys, that's going to be our final action of the preparations for season 5. I think we're in a really good position to have a really strong season. Are we in Europe though? No, we are not in Europe, so we've got a little bit less pressure. Let's simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. Short and sweet. Let's have a real good go at winning a trophy this season. So we have arrived at the end of season number 5, and in the regular season we finished 2nd in the league, 3 points off top, meaning we have definitely got a chance of winning our first Belgian Pro League of the rebuild. And we have only gone on to win the Belgian Pro League, finishing top by 9 clear points. We really turned it on in the second phase. 7 wins, only 1 loss from our remaining 10 games. That is our first Belgian Pro League trophy of the rebuild added to the trophy cabinet, and I think this means Champions League football is secured. We couldn't win the Belgian Cup, knocked out in the first round by Union Saint-Gilloise. That is really poor. But fresh off winning our first Belgian Pro League of the rebuild, this is how the team is looking, and we are looking really, really strong on paper. Unfortunately, Renders got an injury, but he is back before the start of next season, which we like to see. All of our academy players are looking really strong, constantly growing season on season, and I really like the way our bench is full of academy players, and we've got plenty in the reserves as well. Squad's starting to take shape, but where do I want to improve the team next season? Well, Sahabo has not yet signed a new contract and it does expire at the end of the season. I have a bad feeling that he is going to leave on a free, so that may result in De Costa getting put into the starting 11 because his potential is excellent. The only position I'm looking to actually properly improve is right midfield, as Mesatu is not actually an out-and-out right midfielder. He's growing by like 1 overall point a season. He's a great player and he does regularly chip in with goals and assists. I think if we get a right midfielder there who's actually got a bit of potential in their natural position, we're going to be well better suited for the Champions League, which I cannot wait to get stuck into, by the way. Now, I do have a few players leaving the club this season. Kaye, Pira and Eka Ayensa, probably butchered all 3 of them names, are all leaving the club as all 3 players are retiring. And in terms of stats, Versterate, what a season, man. 30 goals in 35 games. That is ridiculous. Barak Gazi and Mesawatu, all excellent as well. So we have now arrived in season number 6 and we've only been given 25 million. This is actually a pretty poor budget. What I'm going to do then in order to raise some funds is I am going to sell. Can I give him a contract? No. Probably just going to sell Hakim Sahabo. He won't accept a new deal, boys, and I can't give him one. Instead of losing him on a free, I'm just going to sell him. And then I'll have about 50 million to bring in a right midfielder, which I think's more than good enough. And we're actually going to trust Paul De Costa this season. He is going straight into the starting 11. So 3 outgoings have taken place before we make any signings. We've sold this centre-back whose name I just absolutely cannot pronounce. He's left for 10 million. Marius Llorent's gone out on loan and a few more will follow him. And Hakim Sahabo has left to Atletico Madrid for 30 million euros. Just wouldn't sign the new deal, leaving us now with 61 million to sign a right midfielder. And we have completed the signing of a winger, and it is a former Standard Liege Youth Academy player, as Diego Moriero signs for the club for 50 million euros. Moriero, should I say, and he looks an excellent signing. I mean, he just slots into into that right midfield spot beautifully, and I really like the way the team is looking going into the new season. 4 youth academy players in that starting 11, which we really like to see. I think there's at least 2 on the bench as Mitongo come through the academy as well. But all eyes this season will be on our 2 CDMs. De Costa and Mateus need to show some serious growth this season or they will get replaced. But after the signing of Moriera, we're left with 8 million euros. There's probably not going to be any more signings. I'm not really willing to let anyone go unless it's a youth player out on loan, so we are going to lock this starting 11 in. Really like the look of it. Will it be good enough for the Champions League though? Only time will tell. Before we progress on to the end of the season, I have noticed something. Leandro Cuevita has handed in a transfer request. He has only got 11 months left on his deal and he will not sign a new contract. We are going to have to replace him in this window. Now our final bits of transfer business have taken place. Leandro Cuevita has gone to Sevilla for 11 million euros. We have replaced him with another young Belgian, Noah Fernandez, who joins us for 10 million euros from Ipswich. Got him for 7 million below his market value and he's got really good stats as well. Let's simulate forward straight through to the end of the season. So we have arrived at the end of season 6 and things are looking good. We finished top in the initial phase of the Belgian Pro League on 69 points, scoring 73 goals and only losing 3 times. Surely this means we have gone back to back with the Belgian Pro League. Of course we have, and wow, we were on top form in the championship round. 9 wins from 10 games, 1 draw, no defeats, only 6 goals conceded, and we add another Belgian Pro League to our trophy cabinet. Standard Liege are back to our best. And we have also won our first Belgian Cup of the rebuild. We've beat Genk 2-1 in the final. That's a Belgian Cup added to the trophy cabinet. We are on top form this season. But what a way to bring us back down to earth. We finished 33rd in the Champions League and we only win 1 of our 8 games, getting knocked out in the league phase. Really poor, still work to be done with the squad. I do think the team is looking really strong now. We've got some genuine world-class players in the starting 11. Really happy with De Costa and Mateus' growth at CDM. We are going to need some new signings. I think we're going to need a new left back in the new transfer window, as Vinloff has been left behind by the rest of the squad, to be honest. I do think we need some improvements on our bench, another winger, maybe a centre back, maybe a backup striker. Some of our younger players will probably have to go out on loan again next season. Squad is taking shape, but there is definitely work still to be done. And if we look to the stats, Versterate was amazing again, 36 goals and 12 assists. He has been a joke in this rebuild. Moriera and Burak Ghazi were fantastic as well. Really good season in front of goal. We levered the goals in. So we have now arrived in season number 7 and we have got 30 million euros in the bank. So as always, we'll probably have to sell someone in this window. We've got an overabundance of goalkeepers. We're going to sell Bayer and Margie, and we're going to keep Sepperman as our backup goalkeeper for the new season, which probably means Godfroyd is going to leave as well. It may be time to sell Marlon Fossey, to be fair, who's now 32 years old. Now we're going to do something we've not really done so far in this rebuild, and that's go to the free agents list to try and bolster the squad up a little bit. I feel like our depth is why we didn't do well in the Champions League last season, so we are going to be looking for some free agents to bolster the squad. Hopefully there's a few good players out there for us. So we have managed to sign 2 free agents, boys, and I'm happy with both these signings. The first was Lucas Dacunia, 30-year-old, 79 rated CDM who can play all across midfield with absolutely excellent stats. He's going to be a great squad player heading into the Champions League. And we have also signed a very experienced, very good player, Hikori Aito, formerly of Bayern Munich, 82 rated, 32-year-old on a 2-year deal with excellent stats. A key piece of experience heading back into the Champions League. He's going to be a massive player for us this season. And we have made an absolutely huge signing in the left-back position as Destiny Udogie signs for the club for 40 million euros. And Udogie is looking absolutely incredible. Look at them stats. So we have had to sell a few players to fund this deal. Till Bayer, Curtis Tudor, Scott Gwynn, Marlon Fossett, Rolly, Margie and Matteo Godfried all gone, raising around somewhere between 18 to 20 million. A lot of youth players there whose potential isn't really the best and they're not going to break into the first team. And I have to say, the team we are taking into season number 7 is absolutely class. So we have arrived at the end of season 7, boys, and we did top the Pro League in the first phase, putting us in a great position to win 3 consecutive league titles. And that's exactly what we went and did. We've won the Belgian Pro League again, adding a 3rd trophy to our trophy cabinet. But we have not retained our Belgian Cup. We lost in the first round to Cercle de Bruges, who beat us on penalties penalties. That is actually really, really poor. Now, remember in the Champions League last season, lads, we got knocked out in the league phase. And this season, we have only gone and made the Champions League final from one extreme to another. And we are going to be taking on Barcelona. Now, in the league phase, we were nearly flawless, coming top of the league on 21 points, winning 7 of our 8 games, only losing once, which took us to a round of 16 tie against PSG, who we beat 4-3 over 2 legs. That's a very impressive win. We then bounced Galatasaray 7-1 over 2 legs. That is an absolute mauling. Setting up a semi-final with Liverpool, who we beat 3-2, and ultimately setting up a final against Barcelona. We are taking a very tired but very strong team into the Champions League final. Really, really good team. No one below 83 rated. Really well balanced with a 90 rated striker. Looking at the stats first, Torete was amazing again, getting 30 goals and 9 assists. Burak Gazi, Dobbin, Moriera, all excellent. I think there's only one man, though, who can win the Hall of Fame award, and it's going to be Kylian Versterette. He has been so good in this rebuild. He's literally carried us in some seasons, and we now head into a very, very difficult Champions League final with Barcelona. Let's hope we can get the job done. So the Champions League final does away, and Barca's team is amazing. They've got Isaac, Bermin, Kalovic-Skelia, Yamal, Reyes, 97 rated CDM Benitez. This is going to be one difficult final. Oh, Furman's got a chance to get through. Shot. Good save by Simon. Simon. I don't really want to call him Seaman for obvious reasons. Get it out. Free header for... Oh. 2 shots inside 5 minutes for Barca. It's going to be one of them games, isn't it? And we've already given the ball away. What do we do? Oh, my God. Right. Let's just calm it down a bit, because we should be 3-0 down inside 10 minutes, because I'm just making stupid mistakes. Get a block in. Good save by the goalkeeper, man. That should be probably 6 shots, I want to say, for Barca. Right, for now we're in. We've had no shots. Barca have had ample chances to score. Get a foot in. No. Thank God, man. Come on. I need to wake up a bit. I don't know if it's just because their team's so good or I'm just playing shocking today, but oh, my God. Please, just get the half-time whistle here. Get it out. Oh my God, what are we doing? What is that clearance, man? Last action of the half's going to be a corner for Barca in what's been probably the most one-sided game of all time. Don't let him... Oh my God. Good save. Get the rebound out off the line. Oh my God. How have we just survived that half, man? How have we just survived that half? It's 0-0 at the break. Somehow. I don't even know how. Win that. Oh, here we go. Keeper, please. Great save again. Good. Oh, Dobbin, we're in. We just can't... That pass is it's just not working. 70 on the clock. We've not even had a shot. Come on. We can surely make one chance in this game. 75 on the clock. Still no shot. What a ball by Moriera. Lay it. Finish it. Oh, my God. We're winning. How are we winning this game? It's Burak Gazi with a goal. He's 12th in the Champions League this season. And I think that could be our first shot of the game. What a ball by Moriera. Oh, it just laid off. First time finish. Oh my God. But look at the stats. Look at the stats. Let's just go all out defense. Can I put... Oh, I don't even know you change it to part of the buzz. I don't even know you change it. No. Get out to him. What a save. Nope. Yes. No way. Oh my God. How have they not scored? That's literally in the 90th minute and we've won the game as well. That is the flukiest win you are ever going to see. How have we just won that game? Someone please explain to me how we've won that game. I guess when your luck's in, boys, your luck is in. I cannot believe we've just won that final. Let's get the Champions League trophy lifted. This has been such a crazy rebuild. And Standard Liege are the champions of Europe. And that is another rebuild successfully boxed off. And I think it's worth taking one little look at the stats at the end of that game. Barcelona had 15 shots and 9 on target. Look how many were from inside the box as well. We have 2 and win the game. So I just want to say a massive thank you for watching the video, boys. If you have enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe. It does really help me out. We're trying to get 10,000 subscribers on the channel. And I will see you in the next video for another rebuild.